Hey guys, it's me, and I'm back with another video on how to edit a video. Sort of funny, actually, you're making a video on how to edit a video. But, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is know your cameras. So, know your camera, have a tripod handy. I actually use this little mini tripod. It's about the size of, I don't know, my head. What can I compare it to? Do I have a ruler handy? Like this. Here's like a pencil. It's about like half the size of a pencil. It's really handy. I can just screw on a camera and then I can just prop it up and it works great. I have this little Camp Arc action cam. It's great for those little clips, like my unboxings. Which are, under 5 minutes, and that works great because this camera will only actually record for 5 minutes and then it automatically turns off. But, there's that camera which I use. I use this. I also have, it's right behind the camera here, this HD with the CMOS sensor. It's a VIXA HF100. It's a really old camera. I'm not sure if they even sell it. I'll put a link to another really good camera in the description below if they don't sell this camera. So I use this camera. I, of course, use a GoPro. And then I use that phone that I'm recording myself on right now. I use that to record. And I have a mini phone stand. I'll try to find the link for that. And I use that phone. That's also how I record my audio. I'm using a lapel mic, and I just plug it into the microphone jack, and it'll automatically record video. When you just go to video record, it'll automatically record video. Nothing special there. And so once you have all your cameras, you're going to make your video. Of course, maybe you want to make a video of, I don't know, how to water the bees, okay? So first you want to, and if you don't want to show like how you go get to a location, you can just, of course, set it up and record video. A few tips: have a plain background behind you. I mean, you can have other things behind you, but if you're talking for a while, it tends people not to get distracted with a big background. People tend to get a little distracted if you have a big background behind you. Also, always wear a lapel mic because it just really improves your audio. And the number one thing people would leave a video for is the audio. If the audio is bad, people are going to leave. So, always put your audio lapel mic down. That way your P's and Q's don't pop. Let me turn it up. If I turn it up, my P's and Q's pop. And if I turn it down, my P's and Q's don't pop. This lapel mic actually does a pretty good job at not popping them when they're up, but I just like to leave it down. Sort of out of personal preference. Another thing that's helpful to do is you can make a plan of how you're going to shoot. So if you're going to move cameras, what you're going to do. So here I've made a little example plan that you can see. I'll zoom in. So as you can see, actually let me cut. I'm going to cut to a clip of where I have this on my table. So here's an example of how I would cut. Because I need a cue, a visual and audio cue, to know when to stop the clip, I'm going to clap. So that's like, let's say, alright, so I'm going to transfer to it right now. And I transferred. You see, it's actually pretty cool how you can just clap and then and then all of a sudden it goes here and it makes it smooth. It makes people think that clap was intentional and not an audio and visual cue for you to know when to cut the clip. So now here's the house, let's pretend, and you want to get yourself walking to the dot. Let's say those are your beehives. So you take the house, and let's say you're only working with one camera. You'd have your camera here, and the field of view is within these lines. So then you'd film yourself walking out of the house. Then once you're out of the field of view, you actually double back around and turn the camera so it's now within this line, and then walk those same steps, and then walk, and then you can splice it together so it looks like you're just walking along. There's so basically you can when you walk out of this, you cut, and then you cut at the beginning of the next clip when you turn this, and it looks like super smooth. I'll show you an example of that. And then we walk down here, but you want a camera filming you by the tree. So you walk actually out, you set up your camera, you walk along, go back, stop your camera, then you set up your camera here with your field of view like that, and then you can go there. I'll put a short example up on the screen right now. So that's how you plan out a clip. Of course, you don't have to do it like how I did it. You can do specific scenes. I just find this helpful for camera positioning. So that way I know where to position my camera if I'm doing a very long video. So, let's get into our editing. I'll leave this video up. That way I have my audio, and I can always remove my video later if I would like. So first, I'm going to start my screen recording. I use QuickTime Player, and you open QuickTime Player, then you right-click on the application, and then you'll see new movie recording, new audio recording, and new screen recording. I'm going to do new screen recording, which will allow me to only record a portion of my screen. And then I'm going to open my application. I use the application called Shotcut. Oh geez, my computer not responding. I'm going to stop that. So before you do that, you want to open up your application that you want to do. So now I've got it opened up, because once you start the recording, you can't do this. Also, a quick tip: have your application open before you open the QuickTime Player. So let me open it. New movie recording, I believe. Oh no, don't allow. So I don't want to do a movie recording. You want to do a screen recording. So now you can reframe it. Okay, and I'm going to record. Alright, I think I'm recording on the screen. So here is the screen recording. You can see here I have my projects and my project name and my video. I'm just going to leave this at HD 1080p. If you put it on automatic, the first video that you insert into here is going to be your video. Or is going to be the frame rate and not saturation and I don't know. It's going to be your same resolution. Resolution, that's the word. I usually record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Well, usually for 2.7K, but actually I'm not going to do a new project. I am going to do a project. It's called Notebook of Doom. Okay, opening. Alright, it's opening. Timeline. Come on, Notebook of Doom. Oh, right. Yeah, that's no problem. So, I have Notebook of Doom. If I open up my downloads, I can click on my Notebook of Doom. I just drag it into the playlist, and it's in. Then I can preview it. Hey guys, it's me, and I'm back. So, there's a little preview of it. And then you can simply drag it into your timeline. Now, I am going to detach the audio from here. That way I can work with just the audio. I can go over into my filters tab. You can also get these tabs up here. And you can add it. And then go to audio. And I am going to you can do many things here. I'm just going to show you a few examples. So if you want to change your audio volume, you can go to gain volume, and then I can move it, make the volume bigger. You can see this, my audio, if you click on a peak meter, you can see it increased it. So if I go way up here, it's going to start like that. Let me play it. This is going to be loud. I'll shield my lapel mic from this.
With another book review.
Okay, I don't want to make that too loud. But I am going to make it a little louder.
Well, it's a book, a series review. On the Notebook of Doom. I read these.
So, I like that, but I'm going to go ahead and lock the audio track, so I can't make any more edits to it unless I unlock it. I'm going to add another audio track, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some music. But first, I can't add it because I'm not under the playlist, because you have to drag it into playlist, and then you can drag it down. And then you can go here. Now this is going to be way too loud. So you see, I would have to be shouting over that. So I can go to filters. I can add a filter. And add volume. Let's say I want to fade it in though. I'll add a fade in. And then I'll add a gain volume. And then I'll turn it way down. So how about this?
Oh, hey guys, it's me, and I'm
Alright, so you can barely hear that. I can't even hear it.
back with another book review. Well, it's a book, a series review. On the Notebook of Doom. I read the.
Yeah, this is great. Sorry if I'm saying a lot. I'm trying not to, but oh well. So you can see, because it's got that lock on it, I can't click on this, and I'm going to go ahead and lock this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my little, the end screen that I always use, so I can actually add it. Oh, oops. So you see what I just did? I accidentally removed my... What? Oh, awesome. Okay, so there it is. And if I go here.
And I'm up, over, and out. Bye.
Okay, so I don't like this audio here. So I'm going to detach the audio. And then I can unlock this audio. I can select it and just delete it. Then I'm going to lock my audio. And then watch, when I get to the end, alright, so I'm going to select the end, and I'm just going to press the S button. But first, I've got to unlock this, and then I select it, and I press the S button, and then I can just simply delete it. And then I can see that dot, I can just drag it in, and I'll add a fade out. And then that's it. And then I can lock it, and I can lock my video. Oops. So, here it is.
Hey guys, it's me, and I'm back with another book.
Okay, so I feel like I am shouting. So I'm going to unlock both audio tracks. And I will go to filters. And I'm going to say, so I'm on Billy. And so just by dragging it in, it will add a fade out audio. But fade in audio. I want fade in, oh, right, we want to gain volume. We want to turn that audio down. How about this?
Review.
Okay, so now I'm shouting up here. So I'm going to lock this. Unlock this, and I'll select it. And if I select master, okay, nothing. So if I go here, right, I don't have my audio hooked up to this, remember? So actually, this audio is down here on audio track 1. So I'm going to unlock that audio. And I'm going to lock that. So gain volume. I'm going to turn down the volume, and let's see how this sounds.
The book series review on the Notebook of Doom. I read these books.
Okay, so I like that amount of volume for my audio track 1. My audio track 2 is still a little loud for me. Maybe I'll do that.
A long time ago, and...
Okay, that's good. So, now I've edited it. That's how I edit my videos. Of course, then I didn't have, lav mics and stuff. And if I did have a lav mic, let's say I would, let me unlock all of this. Let's say I had this. I'm going to rebuild audio waveform. Oh, if I have to select this. Rebuild audio waveform. Just thinking. And then in a moment, the audio should just pop up. Or you can just drag it up. And then I could have, let's say this was my lav mic. I would have my lav mic, but when I start my video, I clap. And so I would zoom really far in, because wherever your playhead is, it'll zoom into. And then I would look, and I would see wherever that peak was, and I would line both of the peaks, and then I have audio lined with my video. Of course, if you are using Adobe After Effects or more complicated ones, you can actually just press a button, and it'll automatically line all your audio with your video. But that's how I do it. And if you are using a lav mic, just to get rid of that bad audio from your camera, of course, be sure to leave your camera recording. That way you have something to line your audio up to. Just detach audio. And then I'm actually going to put that on A1. I can delete A3. A3. I don't want... and you can also name this. Like, I'll put this as... Let me zoom out a little. What happened to my video? I can just press Command Z to undo. Oh, there it is. So now I can change this to video audio, and then this song is called Billy in the Low, so I'll just change it to Billy. How about that? So, and you can add titles, and the way you add titles, you select it. You would have to add a split between two spots. That way you have your beginning and end of where you want your title. And then you would just simply leave your audio on, of course. Add a filter, go to video, and where is it? It's down here. Text, right here. So you can do 3D text, HTML, or simple. I don't know what HTML is. Let's try 3D text. So let's say, let's call it text. Oh, not text. You can see me desperately trying to spell. And then if you go into here, it should, okay, so there it is. There's your text. And I can go to a preset, and if I press defaults, there it is. And I can choose, if I move my timeline down, I can choose the size, how big it is, the depth, how deep it is, I guess, tilt, if it's forward, if it's backward, the horizontal, where it is horizontally, and vertical. So then if I play this,
so it's where they go, they look like balloons, like those tall balloons that you see that are round. that are large that they're actually monsters. And so it's called Rise the Blue Lagoons, and this is how they. And that's
Okay. So I'm going to clap, and I'm going to go back to my video. Of course, there are many other things that I could show you in here before I wrap up, so I'll just show you a few things. Leave this on, the toggle snapping, meaning that way you won't have to zoom very far in and try to snap it. It'll automatically just snap, and you won't have a big hunk of black. You can add many other things here. Oh, some of the things are down below my my video, but my recording. You can, file other, and then you can turn on and off peak meter. You can turn on and off properties, recent, playlist, timeline, filters, keyframes, history. Keyframes are just basically frames that are key. There's no point in them. I don't see a point. Oh yes, color grading. Let me turn off that recent. I find if I have too many things, it gets too much. So now if we go to filters, and if I raise this up a little, I don't need to raise this up. I'm just going to go ahead and lock all my audio in my video. I'm going to select master, and that'll select all my video. I can add, and then I can choose color grading. And this is how you would color grade this. I'll just scroll down. And why isn't it showing me? Alright, so let's say we wanted yellow. Right, we can make different colors here, but they sort of look, I don't know, I don't like them. But you can also do percentage, like 9.4%, 9.5% red, and you can mix and match different colors. You can also use these little bars, which is what I do. So I don't want to necessarily lift the shadows. I want to sort of darken the shadows, right? Because shadows are supposed to be dark. Midtones, I want myself in the frame, of course. And then highlights, that's like the very front. And you want it somewhere. Like, I don't want that sofa to be completely white, but I like that. And then you can just add a little bit of color to that little edit that you made. So maybe a little bit of red in the highlights. And but now it looks false. So if I make everything 0 on this one, 0, 0, okay, and then I make this red 0, and I make it like that, I'll want to increase my highlights, the amount I have in my highlight, and maybe that's a little too bright, and I think that looks good. And then you could just go back to your playlist. Could pull this back up a little. No, and I work with dual monitors, meaning I actually have this on another monitor. And you can drag and drop out all sorts of other things. Like I could drag out the audio peak meter if I can just grab it. See, and I could put it right there. There's my audio peak meter. So you can customize this. Let's say I want filters. I'm going to detach filters and put it right there. That's actually sort of nice, right? But then there's my little video that has no room. So then I want to back off. I would have to back off. Here, maybe I don't want filters there. And now I can move up on my video, size it up. So, that's just a few things. Let me go back to the video. Technically, I didn't need to make that cut that I just made because, well, I've been recording video the whole time, and I could have just turned in my chair. I guess I would still have that, but I could always cut it out in post-processing. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a video that you'd like me to do, please post that in the description below. Oh gee, I've been going on for 20 minutes. Oh well. So that's it for this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm on, and I'm up, over, and out. Bye.